might think I'm dangerous, idiot, crazy. Still think I'm so when I want it and I'm ready. I can be a bad boy, only you can make me. Don't be shy, you want it, you can take me.
Welcome to Pillow Talk. I'm Lonnell Williams, hanging out high above Miami, Florida. And on this edition of Pillow Talk, the super cute, super talented Shyori.
How y'all doing?
Welcome to Pillow Talk.
Glad to be here, of course. In the bed with you.
Yo, fresh. You know, I like them fresh.
Trying to get me lick it up too, you see?
So, now, you're originally from New York?
No, I was born in Jamaica, but I grew up in South Florida, actually, in Fort Lauderdale, North Lauderdale area, Miami.
So what does your name mean? Does it mean anything? Does Shyori mean?
You know, actually, it's not really a joke, but one of my friends that I guess I call kind of like a mentor of mine, he named me Shyori because my mother, she's Chinese Jamaican and my father is black, and he always says that, you know, you're extra like Kimora Lee, so you could be like one of Kimora Lee's younger siblings, so, or not siblings, daughter, son, or whatever you would feel like you were comfortable with.
When did you realize you had a talent for music, creating music and singing?
I've always loved music, and creating it was just it was kind of difficult at first because I love all types of music. But from a younger age, my mom, when she was pregnant with me, she said she used to go to all sorts of concerts, and even before that, so I guess it was bound to happen. It was.
When did you decide that you were gonna like pursue it professionally and like really start creating product and putting it out there?
Well, I was gonna actually go the route of, you know, being a closet artist and, you know, singing about, you know, girls and stuff like that. And I got a chance to meet Last Offense, and you know, he was really inspiring to me because of the way that he's a real artist, and he doesn't have to talk about, you know, just sex or this and that or whatever and all the stereotypes of gay. He's actually using his talent, and, you know, meeting him, it really inspired me to do it. So I was like, okay, well, I if I'm gonna do music, I'm gonna do it as honest as possible and just be me.
If I listen to your lyrics, I can't really it's not like you're like, okay, I'm here, I'm queer, get used to it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're not saying that you're gay, yeah, but you're not saying you're straight either.
Yeah.
So you just
and that's really what I want to do. Like I purposely don't write about or write, you know, I love you boy or I love you girl or this or that. I could be speaking about anything.
Tell me, the lyrics of this song. Where did the inspiration for that come? From experience? Something you read about? Something you did?
I mean, I was actually writing it for somebody else, and you know, I was writing and I was like, this is a great song. I actually really like it. She came up with some of the hook, and then I just went from there. I wrote the entire song, and I was like, I think I want to keep this for myself. And she's like, oh, it's fine, you can take it.
But the lyrics are definitely on a level of sexual maturity. So, I mean, is that something that you read about, or we're going there?
I mean, you know, we've all had our days. So, you know, Don't Take It Easy definitely came from experiences.
How did you come out to your family? And
mine isn't all that crazy. It's actually kind of embarrassing a little bit. My mom, I used to be really quiet. And because of that, I used to write down everything. I used to write down my feelings. I had a diary. And my mom found it, and she sat me down with my grandmother. I was like 16, and she was like, you know, maybe this might be a phase, but I know that you're gay. And I was like, I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I don't know what I am right now. I'm confused. But, you know, you're 16. I have nobody in my family I'm Jamaican as well, too. So
right.
It's like,
culturally, that's not the answer.
So it was really hard for me at first, but you know, through experiences, through growing, through because this lifestyle isn't easy at all. But I went through the path that most young gays are going through now,
which is,
you know, the whole club scene, the ballroom scene, you know, which is very welcoming. They, you know, they treat you like a family, especially because a lot of them are outcasts. But, you know, then it can have that dark side to it, and, you know, luckily I was able to get out of it before.
I don't think luck had anything to do with it. I think you made a conscious intent to transcend that, to move on from it. What do you think about images of men of color in the media?
We kind of build off of ignorance. Sometimes, you know, for example, you know, Tyler Perry, he likes to spread his message, which is great. It's wonderful because a lot of his movies are amazing films. But then, you know, he builds off the ignorance of, you know, the gangsta and the drugs, and, you know, that black males in the whole are just these type of people. They beat women and this, that, and the third. And, you know, but, you know, more recently we have more positive black role models, such as our president.
Right, and I think some of Tyler Perry's movies do have men that have.
Yeah, and like I said, like he does give positive messages.
But you still feel that he still exploits the other.
Yeah, he has to be. It's like, yeah, exactly. He's exploiting it to build that message.
Okay, I'm not gonna go into Tyler Perry because
I love
fan,
him.
but yeah, I love Tyler.
I love him.
But I see that, you know, people talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
But that's just because he's achieved such a level of success.
But I mean, not even with just Tyler Perry, even in the gay, they, you know, whenever anybody thinks of gay or a gay man, they think of flamboyance, and, you know, he might just, we'd be walking down the street and he might just bust out in a duck walk. Like, it's not, and it's usually not like that at all. They're so surprised to meet, you know, masculine guys. And granted, I love every color of the rainbow when it comes to the gay community, but it's just that there's a color to everything. It's not just one vast red.
Can you just quickly explain what a duck walk is for those who may not understand?
You know, a duck walk is a Vogue technique.
Okay.
Know, when they're like, and then they get down into that.
Right. Have you ever been walking down the street with somebody that is queened out?
Yeah, of course.
How has it made you feel?
I really don't care. I don't care about anything like that. Like, we're all different. Gay, straight, doesn't matter. We all are different personalities. We all are different people. So, I mean, in the straight community, they have that one girl that's, you know, that girl, that loud,
right,
always acts the scene, but that's her personality trait. So in the gay scene, there's always that one gay that, you know, is the loud queen, but, you know, we love her. We can't take her to the restaurant, but we love her in other, you know,
other
settings.
What is the message that you want people to get from your music and your artistry?
Really, to be yourself. Because, you know, just because you're gay that shouldn't be a barricade. You shouldn't feel like, you know, I can't do this because I'm gay. When I started telling a lot of people that I was going to come out as an artist, especially a singer, they're like, you shouldn't do that. You're actually talented. You have the look for, you know, to make it in the mainstream. Why would you do that to yourself? But I always say, why not?
So are you dating?
Yeah, I mean, dating. Yeah.
I love that, dating. But that sounds more like doing, not dating. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, but it can be really hard, especially as an artist. And I like mature people. I like mature guys. I like stuff. I like, you know, maturity. So it's hard for a mature guy when first I'm young,
right,
and then I'm focused. More than anything, I want my career more than a relationship, more than anything else.
But that's hot, you realize, and that will a mature person, they might judge you initially by your age, but that's appealing. Tell me this: how old, or plus or minus 10, plus or minus 20 years would you date somebody? I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's 10 years older or younger, or 20.
I actually don't. I don't like the whole age thing. You know, you never know. Like, I could be 40 years old and meet somebody that may be like 20. That, you know, we connect on that level. To me, it's more of that connection and that feeling than
so if it's
age.
Somebody that's 85.
Well, if we have a feeling, if we have a mutual attraction to each other, then yeah. I mean, my mother.
We don't judge.
My mother and my father, my biological father, they're years apart.
Okay.
So I don't look at age as anything.
Have you ever like dated somebody from online or chat rooms or anything like that?
I did it. I've done it from when I was younger. And, I didn't have those resources where my mother was very strict for one thing. Like I wasn't allowed to go out, and I wasn't allowed to do this and that or whatever. And yeah, I dated people from online when I was younger. Yeah. But
now, did you have, once you started dating, did you have to get rid of your account? Did you require them to get rid of their account?
At that time, I was no. Actually, my first I put up a whole bunch of pictures on our BGC at that time. On my BGC at that time was just us. And I was just so happy to be in a relationship. This is my first relationship, and oh my gosh, I just want to show everybody. And now I would never, I would never do that, ever.
Why is everybody an escort?
And it's a big thing down here, honestly. In Miami, New York, it's a big, it's either escort or porn star. And, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
We don't judge, but really, I mean...
if that's your hustle, that's your hustle. Everybody has a little hustle, and I don't down it, but damn. It's like, damn, like...
Really?
I like, I guess I have that old school mentality, too. It's like exclusivity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want that person that I'm dating to, I know this is mine, and no one else knows anything about it, or, porn is just like, wow. Oh, I just seen your boyfriend on Coco Dorm.
Growing up, were you like religious at all, spiritual?
My family is, I'm a Catholic. I went through communion and everything, but no. Where my mom, she's very, as long as you believe in God, then that's all that matters. Religion to me, in how I translate it, is what you believe and how you understand things, than the morals and the right and wrongs of things, more as the Bible and people quoting this and that from the verse. From the Bible, to me, the Bible was written by man.
But isn't it inspired by God?
But inspired by God.
But touched by the filthy hands of man.
But you can see how rumors are in the real world. If I tell you something, your translation may be something totally different that spreads to somebody else that's totally different, and by the time it ends up to the 10th person, it's a whole different story.
Right.
So, we have so many books and verses in the Bible, it's just like, okay, really?
Right.
Like, what is the real word?
So what would you tell somebody who is struggling with their spirituality and their sexuality?
You know what, I wouldn't know what to tell them, honestly. I think everything in life is an experience, and telling people experiences isn't helpful as them going through it themselves.
I wish more of us would embrace intimacy. I think a lot of it gets caught because we don't see a lot of those images out there. How did you even get to the point where you realized that, you know what, I'm not going to get caught up in a lot of the physical, sexual stuff, and I want, you know, something that's more intimate?
My upbringing, honestly. I see how my mother is treated. I see how she wants to be treated and how, you know, you should be treated. And I don't expect anything less from anybody else. Even when I was getting caught up in that, in like the gay scene and all of that, I still had a level of, you're not gonna treat me like no $2 hoe, or like
or a $3 one,
or a $3 or nothing like that. You're not just because you took me to like Applebee's or something. Applebee's first off, or something
no
like
shade.
that. There's no shit at all. But like, you know, that I owe you anything, because I don't owe you anything at all. Thank you.
If you were in a relationship and your partner struck you physically in anger, how would you respond to that?
Oh, Lord. I mean, violence is never the answer at all. Granted, you know, and I would always want to say the politically correct answer. No, just don't, you know.
Sometimes you gotta whoop a motherfucker's ass.
Try to walk away and not to engage into any kind of altercation. But, you know, it's just hard. It's hard to walk away from a lick. Like, if somebody hits you, it's like, what?
Right, it's on.
Yeah, like, I don't play with that whole hitting thing at all. But, you know, thank God I haven't had, you know, to get into anything like that, because it would be something serious. I don't know if you believe it. One of my favorite movies is Waiting to Exhale, and Miss Bernadine.
Bernadine, that's one of my favorite. She is one of my favorite movie characters of all time.
Okay.
It is trash.
So, I don't play with people.
This motherfucker is psychotic. Okay, she goes through that closet. Oh, yeah, that really is like one of my favorite characters.
Get your shit.
Get your shit. What do you know for sure?
What do I know for sure? I know I'm gonna be alright. And I know I'm gonna always be alright. If anything, I always know that I'm gonna be loved.
Alright.
Yeah.
And that's fierce, because that comes from within. When you have that as your foundation, your base, you soar. I know from experience. Well, another wonderful edition of Pillow Talk has come to a close. I want to thank my special guest, Shyori, for chilling out, climbing up in the sack with me, and not being fast, too fast. Uh-oh. More liquor, please. I'm Lonnell Williams. Thank you for choosing Pillow Talk and your support of 3LW TV. Always stand in your light.